Welcome to Anime Recap Morocco. Aimbo Spirit of the Amazon is the name of the anime. Please like and subscribe to get every update. A girl who doesn't even know how to hold a bow properly wants to become the world's greatest hunter. But as soon as she enters her teens, it's her mission to save her entire tribe. In the dense and beautiful jungle of the Amazon, there lived a 13-year-old girl named Aimbo. Every day she walks around to practice her hunting skills, but still doesn't make any progress. Today is Zumi's sister's birthday, and Aimbo wanted to bring her a special gift. She aimed for the prettiest bird and set a trap that she believed could be fooled. As Aimbo waited for her prey, she realized that she had not set the bait. She immediately caught a worm and placed it in a trap, but accidentally got caught in her own trap. Now she hangs in the middle of the forest while Zumi waits impatiently for her. Zumi is the daughter of Warinka, the village chief named Kandamo. For months, the sea was filled with dead fish, and villagers, including Warinka, fell ill. Warinka believes it is due to a curse, but the origin of the curse is unknown. Zumi was 13 years old and Warinka was already in charge of the village at that age, so he wanted Zumi to do the same. Furthermore, he is not healthy enough to manage the village. Zumi felt worried, but her parents thought she had what it took to become a great leader. The time for the ceremony is approaching, but Zumi wants to wait for her sister. Atak, an arrogant man in the village, finds Aimbo, but instead of helping her, he mocks her. He reminds Aimbo that she is not Zumi's biological sister. The chief's wife took pity on Aimbo after her parents died and took care of her. After he left, two strange creatures named Vaka and Dillo arrived there to help Aimbo. They claim to be her spirit guides, but Aimbo thinks she's seeing things because of stress. When the spirits brought her down, Aimbo finally began to trust them and took them back to the village. Everyone gathered to attend the crowning ceremony for Zumi. Warinka took off his royal necklace and placed it around his daughter's neck. Aimbo finally arrived there and decided to give the souls as a gift to Zumi. But the spirits are not allowed to appear in public like this and do not appear when Aimbo calls them on stage. Everyone thinks Aimbo is lying and she runs away embarrassed. She finds spirit guides in the woods and they tell her the real reason they came. They came to help Aimbo save the village. The curse in the village was started by the forest demon Yakiruna. Only a special root buried somewhere deep in the forest can heal her wound. Only Motello Mama knows where the roots are. It was a giant turtle that carried the weight of the world on its shell. After hearing all this, Aimbo decided to tell Zumi everything and she invited her to meet the spirits. But Zumi refuses to believe that spirits exist and she forbids Aimbo from entering the forest. Aimbo becomes sad and runs to meet her adoptive mother Chuni, who calls her a special child. Aimbo's biological mother, Lazini, also had special characteristics and had seen spiritual guides. Even in death, she appeared in Chuni's dreams to tell him Aimbo's location. Aimbo wanted to know more about her mother, but it was time for bed. The next morning, she forces Zumi to go with her to Chuni so they can both learn about spirit guides. Chuni was still lying on the bed. When Aimbo tried to wake her, Chuni was unresponsive. Atak also comes there and declares Chuni dead. He blamed it all on Aimbo because she was the last person Chuni saw last night. Additionally, he believes that Aimbo and her spirit are evil people who brought a curse to the village. Aimbo runs away and Atak asks Zumi to let him capture Aimbo. He thinks she used black magic to kill Chuni and make Warinka sick. Zumi refuses to believe this nonsense and tells Atak to leave immediately. Meanwhile, Aimbo hid in the forest and cried helplessly. She noticed a small turtle and remembered Motello Mama, but she didn't know how to find her. The spirit guides also return and help Aimbo say goodbye to Chuni's spirit. She couldn't even attend the funeral while Zumi performed the ceremony alone and returned her mother's body. She then told her father everything Atak had said. Warinka advises Zumi to act like a boss and do what she believes is right. The next morning, Zumi led two guards into the forest to capture Atak and bring his sister back. Aimbo wanted to know more about the curse, but the spirit guides refused to tell everything at once. They want Aimbo to complete this mission independently so she can learn more. However, they agree to give her clues and prepare for the big journey. After walking for a while, Aimbo began to feel hungry but could not aim for the fruit on the tree. The spirits helped him train and even gave him a special arrow. They continued their journey to the large river that would lead to Motello Mama. On the way, she noticed a group of people from modern civilization digging a giant hole. Suddenly, a blonde-haired man wearing white clothes approached Aimbo. His eyes are red and dark souls surround his body. He is possessed by the forest demon Yakiruna. Aimbo got scared and ran away. The dark spirits continued to pursue her, and she eventually jumped into the river. Vaca and Dillo help her reach shore, and now she must complete the further journey on her own. She suddenly felt like someone was watching her. The next moment, Aimbo found herself tied up. It was Atak who kidnapped her. He lies that Zumi sent him to capture Aimbo and end the curse. Aimbo refused to believe this and aimed at Atak with his bow and arrow. She reminded Atak of Aimbo's mother, the fastest runner, the best hunter, and the one who knew every corner of the forest. Atak loved her madly, but Lazini married someone else. He still holds a grudge and wants revenge on Aimbo. Realizing this, Aimbo prefers to dance rather than be caught by Atak. When Aimbo regained consciousness, she found a small turtle. This leads her to a secret oasis where a beautiful waterfall flows. Suddenly, the ground began to shake and a turtle head appeared under the waterfall. She is Motello Mama, and she seems to carry the weight of the world on her back. Motello Mama also knows Lazini and Aimbo's favorite tree. Aimbo told the tree all her stories. She seems that the tree has Lazini's soul. Motello Mama reveals that the root Aimbo is looking for is under his favorite tree. Aimbo begins to doubt herself and believes that she is nothing more than a cowardly girl who wants to be the best hunter but doesn't even know how to aim at her prey. Motello Mama comforts her and tells her that everyone is afraid at times, but the bravest people continue to fight their fears. Aimbo must do the same. She is Kendamo's last hope. Her favorite tree is a sacred tree whose roots have the power to change even the darkest hearts, but they can only be cut with a special moonstone blade. Luckily, Aimbo didn't need to go to the moon for this. She can find the moonstone on the volcano. A giant sloth named Pelagio lives there. Aimbo had to treat him with a gift so he could agree to help her. Aimbo began to wonder what he could bring to Pelagio, but the spirit guides solved that problem as well. They brought a tree with soft leaves, but Aimbo had to carry the whole tree to the top of the mountain because Pelagio was very greedy. Aimbo cannot do it alone and asks spirit guides to accompany her. More than an hour later, they pulled the tree halfway up the mountain but lost control and fell. Meanwhile, Zumi has found Atak and she asks him about Aimbo. Atak replies that they don't have to worry about Aimbo because he has made an even bigger discovery. Atak meets a mysterious white man who introduces himself as Cornel DeWitt. He claims to be a scientist and healer who creates medicine from plants. He even has all the medicine needed to treat Zumi's father. In return, he just wants to know where to find the gold used by Candamo to make jewelry. Zumi immediately accepted and took Cornel to her village. Back at the volcano, Aimbo and his spirit guides finally succeed in bringing the tree to the top. There, Aimbo met Pelagio, the giant sloth. He seemed a bit gloomy at first, but handed over the moonstone as soon as Aimbo gave him the plant. Pelagio also turned the stone into a dagger so he could use it to cut tree roots. Pelagio advised the villagers to turn back immediately because the volcano was about to erupt. Aimbo and Dillo used Pelagio's fan as a plane to fly away, while Vaca uses long distance because he is too big to get on the wooden plane. They soon reached the sacred tree and Aimbo took out her dagger to chop the roots. Suddenly, she is interrupted by Zumi, who informs her of Warinka's recovery. Aimbo went back there to see the doctor, but was shocked to see that it was the man possessed by the Yakiruna. Aimbo told Zumi this, but she refused to believe anything about ghosts or spirits. Zumi also threatened to ban Aimbo from leaving the village if she continued to act like that. Aimbo quietly walks away, but Zumi warns her not to return to the forest again, or she will not be welcome. She feels shattered and packs her things to take off Candamo until the end of time. Cornel moreover enters her room to see her powerlessness, but does not need to connect it with him after she takes off. Atak comes to there and sees the evil presence side of Cornel. He at long last realizes that Aimbo was right and he surges to assist her. In the meantime, Cornel hypnotizes Zumi and she orders the entire town to bow. Sometime recently, Cornel Addo meets the soul guides and apologizes to Aimbo for not accepting her. Together they put the knife on the sacrosanct tree. It magically assimilates into the roots and a figure shapes before the tree. It is Lenny's soul. She's been living within the tree and kept looking after her beloved girl. Lenny inquires for the brilliant tip bolt and employments her claim enchantment to create it more powerful. Suddenly they listen uproarious clamors. It is the machines brought by Cornel to devastate the town and the excellent timberlands. Lenny stands before the machines and orders them to take off the timberland. Promptly Cornel comes to there and claims to be the modern ruler of Amazon. Lenny calls him him by the title Wool and challenges him to listen the truth. Numerous a long time back Will came to the town as a youthful man, but generally individuals abhorred him, but Lenny fell and cherished with him, and he adored her as well. Edo got desirous and charged Will as a wizard who has reviled Lenny. They both were expelled from the town. Lenny was saved by the woodland spirits and got to be one of them, but Will was captured by fiendish Yak-Era. Hearing this all, Cornell loses his faculties and totally gets to be the Yak-Era evil spirit. Lenny isn't anxious since she accepts that her girl will overcome the evil spirit, has as it were one shot to take down Yak-Era, but she cannot bring herself to shoot at her father. Attack clarifies to her that she isn't assaulting her father, she is sparing him from the evil spirit. Attack rushes to induce Zumi and Aimbo. Points 4. Yak-Era, her bolt flies like a fire and strikes right on target. Yak-Era and all of his machines are crushed. After a whereas a man steps out of the ruins, he is Will Len's cherished spouse, and Ao's father Aimbo runs to her guardians and embraces them firmly. Be that as it may, they cannot remain together until the end of time. Lenny and Will have gotten to be spirits, and they don't have a place to this world any longer, but they will remain adjacent and see after their girl. Ado steps forward and guarantees to require care of Aimbo like a father. Lenny gets fulfilled and chooses to take off. She and Will gotten to be a part of the sacrosanct tree once more and can visit them anytime she needs. Zumi embraces and calls her a legend who saved Kumo and its individuals. Accepts there's still a parcel to explore within the tremendous woodlands of Amazon, but Zumi says it'll be a bit of cake for Aimbo and her spirit guides. Hearing this, Vodka and Dillo too announced their takeoff. They as it were came here to get ready, and she is completely prepared presently. In addition, she has Zumi to go with her within the up and coming experiences. Everyone in this world has an extraordinary reason. No matter where he is born or where he is brought up, his destiny will direct him to the proper put to do the right thing within the right time. He fair must keep an eye on the signs. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.